Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule cause you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, cause I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast, and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts, and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring, and George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
Greetings, and how the fuck are ya? It is 90 degrees. 90 degrees on this July 13th. I think it's July 13th, I'm not sure. Anyway. Big happy birthday to certain people like Ill Bill. And all his ill billness. Born July 14th, 1972. So anyway, what I'm eating right here is absolutely stupendous. This is the mushroom Swiss burger. It is a specialty of George's Diner. George's has been in business since... Yes, I'm talking with my mouth full, you scumbags. George's has been in business since 1956, and they're located at 753 Coney Island Avenue. You've got to get yourselves one of these bad boys. George's, 753 Coney Island Avenue in beautiful Brooklyn, New York. I know it's becoming yuppie fucking Brooklyn around here, but try to survive the yuppiness. Cut through the yuppiness. Come right to George's, 753 Coney Island Avenue, and have yourself a damn mushroom Swiss burger, man. These things are the bomb. Get it with some Greek fries. They're very good with their Greek fries. Have them sprinkle some feta cheese on the Greek fries. Totally awesome. And if that doesn't make a complete meal for you, get a peanut butter vanilla shake like I did, and you, my friend, will be good to go. All right, so that's George's, 753 Coney Island Avenue in beautiful Brooklyn, New York. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way. Again, they are once again trying to criminalize the constitutional right to question the validity of an election. They're trying to criminalize peaceful protest, depending on what you're peacefully protesting on behalf of. Now we know burning down a Target department store is a criminal act. There were no arrests for burning down Targets in the summer of 2020. Not a single arrest for burning down and looting Targets throughout the entire country in the summer of 2020. Yet they're claiming a protest on the 6th of January 2021 was some sort of insurrection. An insurrection, they're claiming that this was. And now, yes, some of their plants did infiltrate the peaceful protesters and stir up a riot. And the police and Capitol Security let some of the protesters into the Capitol building. At some point in time, you were allowed to visit the Capitol building and go inside the Capitol building as part of like a tourist thing. But now you're not allowed to because of this grossly alleged, quote, insurrection, unquote. Let me tell you something, buddy boy. An insurrection of the United States government did not happen on January 6th, 2021. An attempted insurrection did not even happen on January 6th, 2021. There was nothing heinous or obscene at all that happened at the Capitol on January 6th, 2021. Except that one of the peaceful protesters, a person that served her country in the military, was fatally wounded by one of the bad guys hiding behind a badge. You know, wearing the badge if you're the chosen elite. So yes, one of the bad guys posing as one of the good guys. One of the bad guys posing as a member of law enforcement shot a war veteran and killed her. That's what happened on January 6th, 2021. And there have been rumors that another officer was struck with a fire extinguisher, and he later died of his injuries from being stricken with the fire extinguisher. And now, no mention of the name of this officer. If this person is an officer of the law and they are savagely murdered by criminals, their name is usually on display. You know, like Officer Luo and his partner, who was savagely gunned down a few years back while on a stakeout. Officer Luo actually lived in my neighborhood of Gravesend, which is a peaceful neighborhood, and greatly because of the presence of law enforcement. Police officers keep our communities safe. Although you do have some of the bad guys that hide behind the badge and shoot military veterans in the neck during peaceful protests, fatally wounding them. But the ones who genuinely sign up for law enforcement with intent to genuinely uphold the law, those police officers keep us safe, keep our communities safe, keep our women and children safe. And we should all agree upon that. Now then, you got people like Adam Schiff, once again, people like Jerry Nadler, whose office I'm shooting for, 10th Congressional District in New York State. Vote for me, John Anthony Krantz. Anyway, people like that are once again at it, trying to criminalize peaceful protesting. They are trying to criminalize being Donald J. Trump. And let me tell you something, buddy boy. Donald J. Trump is not a criminal. I'll go even further and say Richard Nixon was not a criminal. But we're talking about Trump now. He is definitely not a criminal. He did nothing criminal. There is nothing proving in a court of law that he is a criminal. And any associates of his that were thrown behind bars were thrown behind bars unjustly. These people were falsely criminalized. People like our upstanding citizen, Mr. Stone. People like our great military man, Michael Flynn. This man is a war hero. Okay? This man is a war hero. Unlike certain other people, not to speak ill of the dead, who let themselves get caught. General Michael Flynn was a war hero, and they tried to criminalize him. They stuck him behind bars, and he had to fight tooth and nail to clear his name. This is a person that fought for his country tooth and nail to keep America safe and to maintain the greatness of the United States of America. And he risked his life to do that. Anybody in the military that's risking their lives for America, should be treated with greatness, except for people like Michael Aquino, for example. He's scum. Colonel Michael Aquino is scum. But we'll get into that conversation some other time. General Michael Flynn, on the other hand, was a hero. And they tried to vilify and criminalize him. And he had to fight tooth and nail to clear his name and clear his reputation that was falsely besmirched by these animals, these savages, these oola boola bone through the nose immoral ooga booga people. And that's not good. That is not good. I think the move is to try to criminalize conservatism. I think the move is trying to criminalize morality. The move is to try to criminalize at least what my idea of morality is. And Where there is an external supreme being who so loved the world that he gave his only son, there is morality. And you could say all day till you're blue in the face that the United States is not a Christian nation. And though it was not founded with intent to be a Christian nation, it was founded by Christians, by men of God, who believed in the Supreme Being. And thus, their concept of morals and ethics were bled onto a legal document, a contract between the government and the people, which are to be protected by said government. And that contract, that legal document, of course, is called the United States Constitution. And the United States Constitution ought to be respected. And I don't push people around. I don't bully people. I certainly don't cyberbully. But there are people out there who do. There are people who have choice words to say about me. There are people who try to besmirch my good name and reputation. They are scum. They are scum. They are liars. They are the bottom of the barrel, while I'm top shelf. I'm the cream of the crop, while they're just crap. And if any one of them is capable of getting a girlfriend, well then said girlfriend needs a slap in her yay wide gap. Running for Congress, mind you. Running for Congress after saying what I just said. Now, with that said, there is a problem with the moral compass of this country. But that problem does not lie in the conservatives. That problem does not lie in the people who actually are moral. It lies within the hands and laps of those who are immoral. People like Adam Schiff, people like Jerry Nadler, people like Nancy Pelosi, people like unfairly placed into position President of the United States Joseph Biden, and cackling Kamala Harris. That Kamala Harris. These people drive up gas prices. That's immoral. These people ignore immoral scum seeping into our country and invading our country, and even give benefits and incentives to people invading our country. That's immoral. These people don't criminalize that, but criminalize American patriots questioning the validity of an election. That is immoral. And so there you have it. We are faced with having to deal with two-faced, phony, immoral scum. People who are the very architects of the New World Order to come. People that really don't have an ethical bone in their body. They don't have an ethical fiber of hair on their head. If anything, they're not ethical at all. They're just proponents of propelling that fentanyl. Trying to get that unethical fentanyl into the bloodstreams of our children so that the sidewalks of all our major cities, Detroit, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, Las Vegas, San Francisco, New York City, sprawled with youth, 15-year-old kids dying of fentanyl overdose. They're not happy until the death rate in America is raised via overdose of fentanyl. We're talking about the people who invented AIDS, invented the cure within the same week, still withhold the cure, try to tell you there is no cure, because there's so much money to be made in treatment rather than cure something altogether. We're talking about the people who have quietly murdered Dr. Sevi, who was treating people and curing them of their various forms of cancer, who was ridding people of previously contracted AIDS. We're talking about people who've rid the earth of great men like that. We're talking about the people who sent the agents of Satan himself to the doorstep of a great American patriot by the name of Milton William Cooper and shot him down, riddled him with bullets, and murdered him in cold blood. This is what we're up against. So all I could say is, just, if you feel that there is something suspicious, if you smell a rat, it's probably a rat. If you smell something fishy, it's probably a fish. If it walks, waddles, and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. And you should speak out against any suspicious thing you see. You should get a YouTube channel yourselves and speak on this. Don't worry, I won't get jealous if you got more flash and flare that gives you more followers than me. Just every once in a while, just give me a shout out, okay? That's all I ask. You know, say, thank you, John Too Tall Krantz, for giving me the advice to start a YouTube channel. or MC212, whatever you want to call me. That freaking asshole with the Statue of Liberty hat, which is another thing. They're trying to say that the Statue of Liberty was modeled after a trans woman. No pun intended, but they're pulling your pud with that one. Anyway, with that said, I've made a great statement here. I've made my astounding proclamation of the day. I hope you could like and subscribe. And like and subscribe to me all over social media. I'm there for you. Stay strong, keep kicking that slang.